He has come forward with a serious warning for the Democrats. Extremely interesting. Let's get into the video right now without further ado.
I remain very pessimistic about our chances to really have a big election, to really galvanize key voters, young voters. I can't understand why we're not responding to this five-alarm fire. But the polls are not were not great, and it tells us that voters are expressing some apprehension here. It's pretty clear.
That was James Carville. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman fed up with the Democratic strategist, Mr. Carville, who has repeatedly expressed concern over Joe Biden's poll numbers. Fetterman telling Politico, quote, "I'll use this as another opportunity to tell James Carville to shut the bleep up. Like I said, my man has..."
Okay, make sure you understand this. You have the current sitting senator from the great state of Pennsylvania. Remember this guy, John Fetterman? When he was debating, he could not even articulate a sentence. When he was debating, he was like, hello or good night. That was the first thing out of his mouth. Now, I got to give credit. The man was obviously suffering from the effects of a stroke. However, despite his incapacity and his inability to serve, at least at that time, he soundly defeated Dr. Oz, if you remember, from Pennsylvania. So at any rate, today, we are seeing John Fetterman coming out and saying, hey, I like Joe Biden. James Carville, you need to shut the bleep up, and I'll let you put your own word in there. Rather interesting.
Hasn't been relevant since grunge was a thing. And I don't know why he believes it's helpful to say these kinds of things about an incredibly difficult circumstance with an incredibly strong and decent and excellent president. Talk radio host and America First Policy Institute ambassador Stacey Washington joins me now. Stacey, great to see you here. What does this Dem-on-Dem violence tell you about this split in the Democratic Party between the old guard and the new guard?
Well, to kind of quote Fetterman there's an incredibly difficult circumstance going on with voters in Pennsylvania, which is a huge state that Democrats need to lock up in order to secure 2024 for Biden. And so what we're looking at with over 30,000 of those Democrats switching their registration to R, that means they have trouble there. So James Carville may have been around back when grunge was a thing, but he's still relevant now because he's sounding alarms for the Democrats on their policies that are failing Americans. So, I mean, we're talking about $11,000 worth of extra costs that Americans are bearing on a yearly basis to live the lifestyle they had during the Trump years. And that's something important. And Fetterman's, he's tone deaf here.
Carville responded by saying, I've never met this man, to be honest with you, but I guess he's the proclaimer of relevance in modern American politics.
It's looking very good for Donald Trump's chances in Pennsylvania. It's obvious that his chances are looking good all over the United States. Remember, every time they keep attacking President Trump, he just does better, better, and better. Great news for Donald Trump. Great news for you and me. My friends, as I always say, keep that free mind. Never give up. And until next time, I am J.R. Dukes.